Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lorraine Rose, and if you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. For today's video, I'm going to declutter and reorganize this baby room that we have set up. My husband and I are in the adoption process, and we felt called to adopt 2 years ago. It has been a slow journey for us, but that's because of the type of adoption that the Lord has called us to. My husband and I will be creating an adoption story video for you here soon, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's just get right into today's video. The first thing that I'm going to do is tidy up everything that's on the floor and just in this room that doesn't need to be in this room. And in doing that, I'm going to create some workspace for me to declutter and reorganize things on the floor in this room. So while I do this, I am going to share some sad news with you guys. I did end up selling my bunny that my husband just recently got for me in December of last year to a friend of mine. Her daughter had been begging her and her husband for a bunny for a while now, and so I thought she would be the perfect person to sell my bunny to. The reason why we got rid of the bunny is because she started being kind of destructive. We housed her in this room. She was a free roaming bunny and she never left this room. She really liked it, but she started destroying the carpet. And that was something that I always said to myself, if we ever have an indoor pet and it becomes destructive, I'm going to get rid of it, because I have a conviction about that, not to elevate an animal to a human level to where you accept certain things from them and you just allow them to be destructive in your home. Now, some of you may have animals and they may have been destructive and you may have still kept them because you love them so much. And do not think I am judging you for that, because I am absolutely not. I understand what it means to love an animal, especially after having my sweet bunny, but I prayed about it one day and I just felt like that was the best thing for us and our family. And I did take a few days to mourn because I loved her so much. But honestly, with my husband and I in the adoption process, and we are both feeling like we're gonna adopt here soon, we feel like the Lord is gonna just open up some new doors for us in that area, which we will talk about later on when we make our adoption video. I think that having to tend to a bunny while also a newborn would just be too much for me. So I think, it was just God's perfect timing. And this little girl that bought my bunny is so good with her, and it just puts me at peace knowing my bunny is in a good home. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that little update. And the last thing I did before I started organizing everything was I vacuumed the floor, because I knew I'd be working on the floor and I just wanted it to be clean for all of the things I was going to be placing on it. Alright, and then the next thing you're going to want to do is get some trash bags, because as you go through things and declutter them, you're going to want to be able to have something easily accessible for you to put the things in that you are wanting to give away. The first thing that I'm going to do is take down all of these bins that are at the top of the closet. I'm going to go through them, deciding what I want to keep and what I want to give away. And when we first started the adoption process, my good friend actually threw me a baby shower, because we did have a baby that was going to be adopted, like I said, and it did not work out. And then our second baby was a boy baby. The first one was going to be a girl, the second was going to be a boy. So I actually have collected, since people know we are adopting, they've been giving us a lot of clothes. So I've collected a lot of boy clothes and a lot of girl clothes. And how I'm going to be going through this and deciding what I want to give away is actually I'm going to just work within a color palette. I'm going to try to keep it as gender neutral as possible. Now, I do have some really cute boy clothes and some really cute girl clothes, and so I am going to be keeping those, but I'm going to try to give away a lot of the things that have a lot of patterns on them, a lot of colors. I'm going to try to keep these clothes, even though they're going to be separated in a boy bin and a girl bin, as neutral as possible. I don't like clothes that have a lot of going on, that have a lot of patterns. I tend to like more creams and whites and just solid colors anyways. I like pastels. So that's kind of how I'm deciphering what to keep and what to give away. I have a friend that's about to have a little baby boy, and I have a friend that has a little baby girl. So this actually worked out perfect. I was able to house the clothes that I'm giving to them in these bags, and I just went ahead and I placed them by the stairs. After I did this, when I went to go refold the clothes later on, I went through through them a second time, deciding what I can really get rid of, because honestly, when it comes to the time when I need more clothes, I'm gonna just go to Goodwill or a thrift store because you can find baby clothes for so cheap there. So I'm not worried about feeling like it's a bad thing to purge and get rid of things, because I know that when I need them, like I said, I can just purchase them at a good price somewhere else. And then I also housed a lot of my diapers that I received at my baby shower in a separate pile. Now, a lot of the diapers that were loose and not packaged, I did end up giving to my friend. Her little baby girl will fit into these sizes that I have, because I just wanted to keep the diapers packaged and organized in their proper bins. And oh my goodness, you guys, as I'm filming right now, there is a little baby fox right outside my window. So that's really cute. And so here's the pile of my friend's clothes for her little boy that's about to be born, and then my other friend's clothes for her baby girl that is already born. I went ahead and started those piles, and now that the bins are empty, I'm going to show you the different piles that I have in this room, just to give you some good ideas for maybe things that you might need if you're about to have a baby. So I have this portable high chair and this portable grocery cart cover for when I go grocery shopping, and then I have a separate pile that I created for baby blankets. These are all of the girl clothes that I decided to keep, even though I went through those one more time, like I said. And these are all of the boy clothes that I decided to keep. I went through those again as well. And then these are all of the packaged diapers that I decided to keep. And I also have a couple of drawers that I'm going to keep of loose size 1 and newborn diapers as well. But if you're going to register for diapers, the size that I would recommend is size 2. I feel like children tend to stay in that size the longest. And over the years, I have watched several children. I've nannied them throughout the week. I've had them in my home. They've spent the night. When I say these things, I'm not speaking from a place of inexperience, and I've also sought the Lord over the years. I've sought Him for His heart on parenting. I've sat down with the older generation, with older people that are in my and my husband's life, and I've asked them for wisdom on parenting. And so hopefully, as I'm doing this video, the tips that I give will be able to encourage you as you enter into motherhood, or if you have certain struggles in motherhood. Hopefully I'll be able to encourage you and bless you in this video as well. And so now I'm just going through all of the things in the bins in the remaining areas of the closet, and in these baskets I house the baby books that I have and the toys. So my rule is I'm only going to have one basket, and that's where I'm going to house all of the toys. And when you go to buy toys for your baby, one thing that I would recommend for you to do is to stay away from toys that require batteries, because that means you'll have to stay stocked on batteries all the time. Stay away from toys that can be potentially dangerous, like toys that are good for the baby to chew on. The baby's not going to get hurt chewing them. And try to aim for toys that will help with their motor skills, help with them learning. But remember that less is more when it comes to toys, because babies and children, they like to play with toys, and you can definitely train them to sit and be content and play with toys. That's something that I've always done with all of the children that I've watched. I've trained them to be able to sit and entertain themselves. Also, children just love being with you. They love helping you. They love being outside. And one thing that I would encourage you young moms in as well is to avoid putting your child in front of a screen. That really prevents them from using their imagination. That's a rule that I have with all of the kids that come into my home. We do not watch TV. Sometimes as a treat, like once a month, we would watch a Discovery Channel show or something with animals or things like that. But I try to talk to them. I try to play with them, laugh with them. I try to dance with them, take them outside a lot, teach them to be content. And that way it really encourages them to be at peace and not being anxious, and to use their imagination. So that's just a little tip for you guys. Alright, now that I have emptied everything out into sections on the floor, I'm going to basically just go through everything, deciding what I want to keep, what I want to give away. I'm going to organize it back into its proper places, and then I'm going to show you guys how I organized everything. So this basket right here is full of white onesies, so these are definitely gender neutral. And then I'm also going to house these super cute gender neutral slippers in this basket. And that's kind of what I did. I took these 2 canvas baskets that I already had. They were $5 each at Target in the dollar section, and I used them to house all of my gender neutral newborn and 0 to 3 month baby clothes. That way when we get our baby, we'll have clothes easily accessible and not in storage bins. And these are the other gender neutral clothes that I didn't end up hanging up. I hung up the rest of the newborn and 0 to 3 month gender neutral clothes in the closet. Now you may think, wow, she doesn't have that many clothes, but I figured there's only 7 days in the week. I'll probably take 2 extra days to do laundry, and so I figured 9 outfits is enough, but I definitely have probably double or triple that, honestly. All right, now I'm going to show you how I organized everything back into the bins. In this bin, I went ahead and I housed all of my size 1 diapers and all of my wipes. In this bin, I housed all of my size 2 diapers. And then I also housed the rest of my size 2 diapers in this bin. And as I go through these diapers, I am going to be using these bins to house other things in the future, or if I continue to buy diapers in bulk, I'll just continue to house them in these bins. And these bins I actually purchased at IKEA, if you're wondering, and then a little bit later on in the month I'm going to go ahead and purchase some custom labels for all of my storage bins, and I will link the lady that I like to purchase from in the description box below for you. And then in this bin is where I have housed all of the girl clothes and the girl baby blankets, and then in this bin is where I have housed all of the remainder of my boy clothes that are, older than 0 to 3 months. And that is everything that I housed in the bin, and that's a little tip I would give you for any of your boy clothes and your girl clothes. Try to condense everything that you have down to 1 bin for your girl clothes and 1 bin for your boy clothes. You really don't need boxes and boxes and boxes of baby clothes. Kids don't wear that many clothes. Maybe your children do, but at least the children that I've watched throughout the weeks, even when they spent the night and got really dirty, I found that they really didn't use as many clothes as people make it seem like you need for children. And in the remaining boxes, I housed 3 blankets. This is a mattress protector that you put on top of the fitted sheet in case the baby has any accidents and it pees or poops through its diaper, it will not get on the mattress and ruin it. And I have 2 of those. And in this box, I went ahead and housed my Boppy baby carrier for when we go on hikes and walks and just when we're out and about and I want to be able to have the baby strapped to me. And in this box is where I housed the duvet comforter for the comforter we have for the winter time for the baby and the pillowcases. And in this bin is where we housed all of the fitted crib mattress bed sheets. I went ahead and I housed the remaining 2 fitted crib mattress bed sheets in this box as well. And these are the changing pad sheets along with the changing pad protector. This just protects it once again from any leaks that the baby might have. That way it won't get onto the changing pad. And you always want to have a box for all of the manuals and different instruction guides that will come with all of the baby gear that you purchase. And in this basket, I went ahead and housed our humidifier and our portable night light. Now they do make humidifiers with an essential oil attachment and a night light, and I would definitely recommend that above this situation that I have, but I didn't find out about that until later. And on the right-hand side of the closet, I went ahead and I housed a few white baby onesies on wooden hangers, and I'm going to show you how I organized all of the items in the closet. So in these 2 canvas bags are where I have the remainder of my gender neutral clothes, and then on this side, which is the left side of the closet, I housed all of my diaper bags and all of the items that I will use when I'm traveling with the baby. And that is where I housed the basket with the humidifier and the night light. And then I went ahead and I housed the remainder of my gender neutral baby clothes and 0 to 3 month baby clothes on the left hand side of the closet. And my husband actually made this stand for me. I did use it to house my plants on, and then we just recently moved it into this room, and eventually we are going to paint this closet and do some different things to it and add closet doors. But when I open the closet doors, I want to be able to feel like I'm kind of at a store, and so I styled these shelves as though they were in a store. I wanted it to just kind of look like that. And so I went ahead and I put this crystal dish with these clips for my plastic baby hangers that I have in another room, along with this blanket. And then on this middle shelf, I went ahead and I folded these jeans. I just kind of folded them at an angle, as you see. These were all of the baby jeans that I ended up keeping. And then on that same shelf, I went ahead and I housed these baby bibs that I had made. We, a few years ago, went to Scotland, and when we were in Scotland, I purchased this adorable material, and then I had my seamstress back at home make these bibs for me. And then on the bottom shelf is where I housed all of the books in this basket and all of the baby toys in this basket, just so they would be easily accessible. And then next to it, in another crystal dish, I housed a binky and a teething necklace, and then this little tiny ducky that I found. And by the time we get our baby, this closet will have doors on it, so the baby won't be able to get to any of these things or have access to them without me there, just in case you're wondering. And then I just went and I housed the white larger bins back onto the top shelf, and that is how I organized everything in the closet. But like I said, one thing that we are going to do a little bit later on in the year is paint this closet white, get a new curtain rod holder and a new curtain rod, and some beautiful closet doors. But for now, everything is at least organized, and then later on as well, I'm going to get some labels, some custom labels for these bins. Now, I do like the curtains and the blinds in this room. I will not be changing that at all. And one thing I would recommend for any baby room is to have some sort of a coat rack, something you can hang your diaper bag up on, your baby towels after you give your baby a bath, different things like that. And it's something that your baby can grow into as they get older. And my husband actually made me this wall decor piece right here. I may house some baby books on it or some diapers later on. I'm not really quite sure how I want to style that, so I'm just going to leave that there. And I'm going to show you what I housed in the changing table dresser, which I just housed the remainder of my pacifiers. I housed these 2 pillows for when the baby gets older, and then I got this drawer organizer from IKEA where I housed some more baby bibs, some earmuffs for when we're listening to loud music for the baby. I have some clips for pacifiers. I have this little bandana for the baby for when he or she is drooling. And then I went ahead and I housed all of the baby socks in these 2 compartments right here. And in the middle section, I housed all of my burp cloths. And then down here is where I housed the comforter for when it's colder during the winter months. And in here is where I housed the diaper caddy and the wipe warmer to keep the baby wipes warm in the winter time. I did order a secondary diaper caddy that is coming in the mail soon that I will keep in the living room for when I'm in there with the baby. Now this drawer ended up just being totally empty, and that's a little tip that I have for you. Just because a space is empty, don't feel like you have to fill it. I'm definitely not going to fill these because I don't have anything to fill them with. Later on down the road, I will buy some more organizers and maybe house smaller baby items like a thermometer and a brush and some lotions and things like that, but for now they're empty. And in this drawer right here, I have all of my newborn and size 1 diapers along with my plastic trash bags for my baby trash bag, for my baby trash can that holds in all of the odor from the diapers, and I will link that trash can down below for you guys. I love it so much. It works incredible. And down here I just have a round cotton play mat for when the baby is playing on the floor. And let me just show you the crib. I got this crib from IKEA, and then we ordered a memory foam mattress off of Amazon, and I've got a fitted sheet on it right now. And then I just lined the bottom half of the crib with this mesh crib protector because sometimes when the babies are teething, they like to chew on the crib. So this just protects the crib really from the baby. I went ahead and I put one of my mattress protectors down and a boppy pillow with a blanket and a little bunny stuffed animal, and then I just put a large pillow in there just for decorations for now. And that is everything. Now I'm gonna just do one last vacuum of the room and I am completely done. Now, there are some things that I do want to still do to this room, and those things are what I already mentioned. As far as the closet goes, I want to paint it white, and I want to get some really pretty wooden doors to put on this closet just to give the room a little bit more character. I want to add some thicker baseboards to the bottom half of the room, and then on the top half of the room I want to add a really beautiful timeless gender neutral wallpaper, and then on the bottom half I want to paint it white. And those are all the things that I want to do to the room. And so basically what I did was, as I was organizing the room, I wrote this all down on a list and I showed my husband, and we talked about what month we think we'll be able to do that and what the budget will be. And that's just something I would recommend for you to do. If there's a space that you don't want to tackle because there's so many things about it that you want to change or that you want to buy for that room to make it function better for you, and because of that you don't even go in the room, one thing you can do is go into that room, do exactly what I did with this room, declutter, reorganize, and as you do it, write out a list of all the changes you want to make, and then fold that list up. That's what I did, and I put my list in that empty dresser drawer just so it's already in this room and we know exactly what the game plan is. Or you can tape it up on the wall so you have that to look at, so you know what, this room is organized, it's decluttered, but we also have a goal in mind to get it to where we want it to be to function best for our family. So hopefully this inspires you guys and encourages you in your home. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. And if you are a mother out there, I hope you know that I am praying for you. You're amazing. You're doing awesome. And just keep up the good work. And just remember, at the end of the day, your kids don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be there. And you already are, all day, every day. And if you work, don't feel bad about that. You're still there. You still love them. You're working to provide for them, which is awesome. And just be encouraged. You're awesome. And I'm cheering you on. And I know the Lord is cheering you on too. So until next time, I love you guys so much. Bye.